If you're watching this video, there is a possibility that you are stuck in the procrastination trap and you are in this loop of delaying and then feeling bad about it, then delaying even more, then even feeling worse about it, and you're just in this cycle and you don't know how to break it. And today I'm gonna tell you how to break it. We will cover a little bit of neuroscience and some research, and I'm gonna guide you through some steps how to break this loop whenever it occurs. Because what you need to know is that procrastination is just a part of life and our brain is kind of wired to procrastinate. So the fact that delay and postponing are present in your life is completely normal. There's nothing wrong with you. And the steps that I'm gonna talk about is addressing your emotional state, because what I want you to know about procrastination is that the root of the problem are your emotions, then recognizing your excuses, so why do you postpone and what is your reason, and then third is shortening the gap between intention and the action. But first, before we will dive into it, I want to tell you a little story and it will all make sense, I promise. So recently I moved to Baku, Azerbaijan, and since I am from Warsaw, this place is kinda different from what I know. And back home, back in Warsaw, I had quite good schedule in running. I was on fire, I was enjoying my workouts, but since I came here my routines changed. I was adapting and I was just trying to find my place here. And I wanted to run a lot because it has been such a big part of my life recently. Somehow I was finding a lot of excuses to not do it. I was like, if only I had better shorts, I could run. I have to buy better shorts. If only I had company, I could run, but alone, I don't know the city. If only the weather wouldn't be so bad, I could go for a run. And I was in this cycle of just postponing and just couldn't get myself into the run. Until one day during one of my morning walks, I noticed that the weather was pleasant. There was nice wind, it was fresh. Especially now when there is a summer here, the weather gets very hot and very you can't breathe. And then one thought popped in my brain. I thought that it would be so nice to run in the weather like that. It is so nice. And right after this, I was like, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will go for a run. And instantly, I felt so good. Instantly, I felt yeah, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it finally. And I felt so proud of myself. I started to imagine how cool it would be for me to run again. And I just felt so proud and I felt so happy and content. And just when I was about to take a next step, I thought, wait, why don't I run now if the weather is so nice? And the answer is because I didn't want to deal with the discomfort. I didn't decide to go for a run during that day and in that morning because going for a run was very uncomfortable for me. It was I didn't have good and comfortable running shorts. I was in a new place. It's been some time since I ran the last time. It was new environment and it was just uncomfortable for me to go for a run. But just after I planned it for the next day, just after I procrastinated on it, in a sense, I felt very good. And this is exactly what I heard about the procrastination and the delay from the Timothy A. Pitchell, because planning and just postponing stuff for tomorrow actually makes us feel good, because for our brain, planning something and thinking about something is kind of like doing something. So whenever you plan something for tomorrow, your brain releases the dopamine and you feel good because you're just feeling kind of productive, You just feel okay, I just made this big step and now I'm gonna be productive, and you just give yourself, in a sense, instant gratification because you don't deal with the discomfort now, you're gonna deal with it tomorrow and it feels good for you. And we often delay and find all of the reasons and excuses to not do something. We say, if only I had this, I could do this. If only the weather was nice, I could do this. If only I had different shorts, I could run. And we say, okay, so maybe not now, but tomorrow definitely. Tomorrow I will feel like it. Tomorrow it's gonna be a different day. New year, new me. We find all of those forms to just avoid the discomfort, to just avoid the fact that we just need to be uncomfortable. And why do we do it? Because we are wired to procrastinate, and our brain is actually formed in this way to keep us comfortable. And this is all due to the fact that we have this one part of our brain which is called the limbic system, and it's deep down there in the middle part of your brain. And it is called as well the reptile brain, this old brain, that it is in charge to keeping you just safe and comfortable, just keeping you chill, just staying away from all of the danger. And this old part of the brain is responsible to react to pain and pleasure. So whenever you will face the task, you can either think about it as pain or as pleasure. Is it pleasurable to just chill and watch Netflix? Yes. Is it pleasure to work on something? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's pain. And the limbic system, it is responsible to just keep you away from the pain, like it wants all of the pleasure. And this oldest part of the brain doesn't care about the long-term benefit, doesn't care about your goals, doesn't care about your running plans. It only cares to just feel good. It wants you to feel good. And what is really interesting that it's strictly connected to this pain and pleasure that I talked about. Because there was one study that the students had to make the puzzle. But the thing was that to one group, they told that the puzzle is just a puzzle for fun. But to another group, they told that the puzzle is the cognitive evaluation that they're tested. Before the group were asked to perform the task, they were given few minutes to play Tetris. So the thing was, when you had the chronic procrastinators in the group, they were postponing and playing Tetris longer before the puzzle that was meant to be cognitive evaluation. Because in a sense that it made them uncomfortable to perform the difficult task. But when they were told that the puzzles are just for fun, they were not delaying. So it's not about the action that you have to take, it's not about the thing that you have to do, it's about what emotional value you are adding to the task. So for me, as an example, I like to run. This is something that I like and that I enjoy. But because I was uncomfortable to do it, because I was in a new place, because I had all of those other layers added to this task, I procrastinated on it because it was making me feel anxious. And it's not good, So what we have to do is to make a decision with our prefrontal cortex, which is responsible and involved for making decisions, analyzing and planning, to overcome the limbic system that wants us to feel safe. So let's just not get mad at limbic system, because it is just a survival mechanism. It's just the reason why you want to be comfortable is because it is making you safe. But as we know in life, great things, they require being uncomfortable. So there is this constant battle between the limbic system and prefrontal cortex that you need to be aware of. Because knowing that helps you to understand your thought patterns and helps you to take the pressure off and understand that there is nothing wrong with you. It's not your fault. It's not you, it's your brain. This is the best feeling ever, no? When I learned that and when I started to recognize that, I was like, oh my god, that makes more sense. Because now I don't have to get mad at myself that something is wrong with me, but I just have those programs in my mind and in my brain that they are just wired like that. And I can do stuff about it because I'm not only my limbic system, I'm also my prefrontal cortex, and I'm also all of the parts of my brain, and it's just working together in the ways that I still don't understand fully, but there is the thing that just helps you to be more chill. Just be more chill about it. So knowing that and knowing how many emotions were involved into this running thing, because I was just in front of that building during my morning walk that I was talking about before, I just came back home and I changed. And I didn't have comfortable clothes. I was running in long pants in the hot weather because it got hot afterwards. The running sucked, it was hard, it was difficult, it was uncomfortable, and I felt so tired and so sweaty afterwards, but then it got easier. And then I went again, and again, and it's been 2 weeks since I'm running again, and I discovered joy again in running, and I'm just having fun, and I just started to remember how much freedom it gave me, how good I felt after it, and I didn't have to buy new running shorts. I just borrowed from my boyfriend, and turned out that the perfect running shorts were just waiting for me in the other shelf of our closet. So the thing is that when you will climb this wall of the resistance, when you will shorten the distance between your intention and action, and in my case, it was going on for a month, I had the intention to run for a month. And after a month, I finally got myself to it. But if I would start before, of course, like I would be running for a month now. But let's not focus on the past. The most important thing is now, like what you can do now. And right now, I'm happy that I went for a run, because even after recording this video, I will go for a run and I will not procrastinate on that. And no matter what you are procrastinating on, no matter what you have to do, no matter what you are delaying, shortening the distance between intention and the action and just taking the step, even the smallest step, will break the loop. As long as you are procrastinating, you are stuck in the loop. And since the root of the problem is emotional state, procrastination will cause you to feel even worse, which will cause you to procrastinate more, and it will go in this endless cycle until you will break it. It goes like this. You say, I don't feel like it, and you have the reason XYZ, like, maybe tomorrow I will feel better. Maybe tomorrow the weather is gonna be nice. If I had this, maybe I will do that. You know, like you have many reasons. You just like find your own excuse. Then after some time you feel like bad about it, because you feel, okay, it's been some time, like I should be productive, I should do this, I should do that. And then it causes you to feel down, and feeling down causes you to procrastinate even more. And this loop goes on and on and on and on until you will break it. And there are the situations that the loop is interrupted by external force. So let's say you're in school or you're working and you have external deadlines that are actually causing you to do this work last minute. You know, you are procrastinating on your school assignments or some stuff at work, and the deadline is coming and you have to do it, you know, and you will do it and you will feel enough pressure to do it, and it will cause you more stress. Maybe you will not be efficient enough, but you will actually just do it. But there are the areas of life that we don't have external consequences. Like we don't have this external force keeping us accountable. Like we will face the external consequences, but we don't have anyone to keep us accountable. And those areas can be health, relationships, or saving for the future. And you might be in this loop of, for example, postponing your workouts until you will realize that it's already 6 months since your last workout, but you feel bad about it. But then you say, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Here's the dopamine hit, here's fake productivity, and yeah, you might start from tomorrow, but then the tomorrow can be next tomorrow, and you find yourself not exercising at all. And when you delay stuff, it will make you feel guilty, and as I talked in this loop, it will make you to delay even more. That's why it's important to just break it and interrupt the loop yourself. So to break the loop, the answer is simple. You need to take the action. And there are some tools and ways to manage time and to make yourself more efficient and everything like that, but nothing will work until you will take the action. So just to summarize everything, first, to overcome the procrastination trap, you need to address your emotional state. So what is really important is to first check in with your own emotions and see if maybe the reason why you're procrastinating is not the thing that you're lazy or something, but you're just going through stuff, and just try to find a way to make yourself feel better and more balanced, and just to take care of your mental state. Then let's check your excuses and the reasons why you don't do stuff, because maybe you're delaying something rationally. Maybe it's really not the best time to do something, and maybe it's really better to do something tomorrow or in 2 days. And then it is a rational delay. It's not procrastination, and it's a different thing, you know? But if you see the excuses that are not the best, you need to gain awareness about that. And the third most important thing is to take the action, because shortening the distance between the intention and the action will help you to get on track as soon as possible, and just will help you to break this loop constantly and over and over and over again, because it will happen in the future for sure, and it's okay, it's completely normal. Overcoming procrastination is a really important step into building new habits, and to learn more about neuroscience of habits and how to make them stick, you can check my video right here. And I'm gonna leave you for now, and I wish you a nice day, and I'm gonna see you soon.